And Shai, you might want to record just in case you want to use this.
It's recording.
Okay, so Casa hurts his knee, right? Casa hurt his knee, and we needed to get some advice on, he's a professional athlete, so we have to get advice, from everybody to know, like, what's the best thing to do about this knee injury. And luckily, we have a cousin in Atlanta who's a very, renowned orthopedic surgeon. So I say to Dad was visiting, and Dad goes, okay, I'm gonna give him a call because we can at least chit chat with him on the phone and get like a baseline advice. So Dad's like, just let me call. So Dad is standing to my left, and it's Jose and then me, and we're sitting on a bench in the park. Dad calls Maurice, and he's like, hey, it's Roger. It's your cousin Roger. And this is what I'm hearing. Roger, Fanny's husband? Yeah, Roger. I'm calling because Jose hurt his knee, and we want to get some advice, but let me just pass you to him because he'll be able to explain it better. And Jose's like, looks at me like, no, I don't want to talk on the phone. And I'm like, Jose, he speaks Spanish. Our cousin speaks Spanish. Just explain it to him. Dad passes the phone to Jose, and as he passes the phone, he looks at me and he goes, he called him Jorge. And I go, what? He's joking, Dad. He's joking. And then in my head, I'm like, that's like a rude joke. So Jose's talking to him, and he's like, yeah, this is what happened. And he stops, and he looks at me, and he's like, oh, Lily, he doesn't speak Spanish. And I was like, yes, he does. He's like, well, he's joking, and I don't understand. Like, I don't understand on the phone, so just take it. So I take the phone, and I go, hey, it's Lily. I'm sorry. Jose couldn't hear you on the phone well. Can you help us just figure out what we should do about his knee injury? And he literally, the guy on the phone goes, who's Jorge? And I go, Maurice, it's Jose, stop. And he's like, did somebody tear their ACL? Is it okay? And I go, wait, are you not Maurice? He goes, no, my name's John. And I'm like, oh my God, there's been way too many minutes since Dad made the call. And he's like, I'm just worried. Who tore their ACL? Who tore their ACL? I was like, no, I think there's a mistake. He's like, I think my dad tried to call Dr. Jove's practice. I was like, are you an orthopedic surgeon? He goes, no, I am not. And I was like, I think this is just a big misunderstanding. Jorge's going to be fine. Don't worry. I can't keep happening out. He's like, okay, fine. I turned to Dad, and I was like, seriously? He's like, that's why he was Roger? And that's my Dad's like, I'm Fanny's cousin. Hello? And the guy was probably like, Roger? That's went with it. For like 5 minutes, though, Dad explained the whole injury. And the guy just kept going, Roger? Jorge tore his ACL?
Here we are, and welcome to another episode of the Friday Night Movie Podcast. I am pleased to say my voice is almost back to its buttery levels. I feel like it's like a lactose-free butter. I guess it's always a lactose-free butter, but right now it's almost back to its original tones. Lily, how would you... My voice,
but with a little bit of margarine.
Right, exactly. How would you rate this voice? Like your voice with a little bit of margarine, Lil?
Yeah, it's like me. It's like you're trying to be me, but you're like just greased it up a little bit, so it doesn't sound as.
It's a little bit like maybe a burned waffle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit like a burned waffle. So, Lil, you're in the Canary Islands, eating a delicious grapefruit.
I am. I have to say, can I just, for the people listening, my setup is serious. So I had my dad bring me to Europe tools to eat a grapefruit because I couldn't find them here. Because growing up, we had the best, you cannot eat a grapefruit properly without a double serrated knife, like serrated on both sides, because then it can cut all the little individual wedges, and then a spoon that's gently serrated so you don't cut your tongue. 'Cause I was wondering when Dad brought it, I was like, doesn't seem safe.
Are those from Mom's stash? Because
I think they're
can
actually
you even buy those anymore?
You can't get them where I live, so I went on Amazon and I found this package of it. Sends you one serrated knife, double serrated knife, and then a little serrated spoon, so you can scoop out the little wedges. And let me tell you, game changer.
All right.
I kept like trying to use a normal spoon and squirting myself in the eye. So now I'm in grapefruit heaven.
When we were young, Mom showed us how to do that with a grapefruit and then pour sugar all over it.
Yes, because everything we ate was actually still covered in sugar, even like cornflakes.
Our Rice Krispies. We were taught to pour white sugar on our Rice Krispies.
Oh, it was so
that
good.
Would be like you'd be jailed as a parent for doing that today.
Do you remember?
Like social services.
Do you remember?
Certainly in Berkeley.
Do you remember when you'd get like a nice dry scoop of sugar and just dip it into the milk, and the Rice Krispies would just sit on top? And Allie's gonna hear this and she's gonna get anxious.
But I'm just like, we weren't eating a sugar cereal, so we were eating Rice Krispies, but then we were allowed
to put sugar on it.
To put white
or just even like fruit. Like if you were eating strawberries, you could put sugar on them. Like no matter what you were eating.
Oh yeah.
You could put sugar. Yeah.
Do you remember one of the all-time greatest snacks was Mom would give you just a bowl of confectionery sugar and you'd have to slice the strawberries because you'd have to get the wet part of the strawberry.
Them in. Oh. That's right. Oh, wow.
And the other one was
just eat spoonfuls of it.
The other one was you take regular Cheerios, and then you just pour honey all over them and make your own honey nut Cheerios.
I have to say, Mom makes snacks really good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mom and Shy are for sure related.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that was a good walk.
I'm sorry. Can you hear Mary crying in the background?
I can hear Mary.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
In between every word.
Do you want me to put myself on mute?
Tell us how you're doing, and then mute your mic.
Okay.
Wow, that's a little backseat hosting if I've ever seen.
Wow.
She's like scooping her grapefruit and hosting the show.
So the fires out here are really, really, really bad. They're crazy bad, and Miri and the dog have literally not been outside the house. Tabaka just goes outside to pee, but Miri has not been outside the house for 8 days, almost 9 days, I think. And so that's why we left the city and we came up to Lake Tahoe for a couple of days so she could get some fresh air. So that's like, I think it's been harder on us probably than her. I'm not sure how much she notices, but anyways, so it's good to finally be somewhere we can be outside. But I actually
sounds like she's not reacting very well to the fresh air.
Well, more like to nap time. Yeah. But that's how we know she's my daughter, because she does not like to be told to go to sleep. She will sleep when she wants. So I arrived home late last night from a work trip, and sitting on the floor right when you enter my house was a gigantic box filled to the brim with the most amazing gifts from my sister.
Oh, you got it!
I got it.
Whoa!
Let me tell you.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to me! It is officially begun.
I meant to tell you to maybe wait till like your actual birthday, though.
Nope. Because then I can officially start celebrating now with my first card and gift, and then I can celebrate all the way until my birthday. I said like a killer gift box.
I also feel like in our family, the birthday gifts are a little bit of a moving target. Like when you find a gift of inspiration for someone, then you get it for them.
True.
It's
we have like our own rhythm and our own system. Like it's not an obligation. So it's not even a yearly thing.
Right.
Sometimes it can be twice a year. Sometimes you don't get a good gift for like 3 years.
Yeah.
But nobody gives you shit.
And when you hit a moment of inspiration for someone, you just roll with it.
Yeah. So I got quite a few gifts for Miri in there as well. Some very cool shoes for her. I got a pair of shoes. I got a very fashion scarf, as we like to say. It's fashion. This scarf. I'm very excited to wear it. Some soap. What else was in there?
Volcanic soap with
volcanic soap. I used it. I exfoliated with the volcanic soap. It was delightful.
Will you get one on the Canary Island? No,
it's just like sand.
The black sand.
In your soap. So there's black sand in your soap. You have to make sure to rinse it off very well. Sand in your soap.
It's your dream.
You just scrub your body with sand.
Scrubbing your body with
handfuls of sand.
This sounds like a reverse gift. What's the opposite of a gift? A trick,
know.
like trick or treat.
A trick. It's a trick. So I'm feeling very loved and very relaxed at the moment. And, I'm excited to hang with you two, except you guys have been a little snarky to me so far. So we'll see where this podcast goes today.
Well,
Now
I
putting
had
myself
a
on
dream
mute.
last
Bye-bye.
night. I had a dream last night that I was sitting with Alon and Josh and two of our all-time closest friends and podcast guests, and they actually complained to me that we were too nice lately. So you never know, Beck. Maybe that's
It was
subconscious.
a dream, though.
But it was a dream. You're right. But clear, So I almost wanted to call them up
that's
today.
okay. It counts for you as hanging out with your friends. You're like,
No. Do you
It's like a real conversation.
now when you have a dream about someone, and it's obviously being fabricated in your brain, but do you a little bit think that it's like them doing whatever they're doing to you, and like you want to call them up and be like, "What the hell?"
kind of, because Alana.
Shoot, I forgot I was on mute.
I know. I was
Hold
taking
on.
advantage of talking over you.
So in the moment I wake up, I think that and I get really upset, and then I have to just rationally explain to myself this did not happen. It is a dream. But I found myself, angry for a few days at my husband based on whatever wacky dream I've had.
That seems reasonable.
And
Alana Austin, I had a dream about her recently and texted her.
wait, I had a dream about her last night, and I texted her this morning. Yeah, she's like maybe she's like a dream master.
Well, my dream, she kept saying her, we were in our elementary school, which we all went to the same elementary school, but of course you were older than me and she was your friend, but we were in elementary school and she kept saying her name was Shoshana.
Whoa, wait.
And I was like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And I was arguing with her. And then when I texted her about it, I was kind of like, I'm a bit annoyed.
So
why did you?
Here's my
annoy the
dream.
shit out of me?
My dream.
Obviously, it was free.
My dream about her was that she came to visit me, only she was sort of just casually dating Alon, who is not our Alon, but Alon Shoshana's husband. And I kept trying to find out what happened to her husband Jason and what happened to Alon, and being like, what happened to them? And no one would give me a straight answer. I texted her about this morning and did not get a response.
Guys, I have some news for you. Dreams mean nothing. They have no meaning whatsoever.
Okay,
it's just a bunch of
weird.
garbage. No. As someone who dreams pretty much every night, I can tell you it's just a bunch of garbage in your head that's been gerberated around into nothing and then just gets processed out. It's literally, yes, like a shitty, it literally means nothing, has no significance. Don't think about
Well,
it.
Alana Austin,
Except
you
it
are
is
on
kind of weird
Shy
that in
and
that
Lily's.
dream, she told me that her name was somebody else, and then you dreamt she ended up with that, she stole that person's husband, which is way obvious that you're watching Riverdale.
I couldn't get it.
You're watching a lot of Riverdale.
Oh, that could be
So.
it. All right.
Should we segue?
Yeah.
Are we ready to segue?
Well, we're going to segue. So something that Lily and I have been thinking and talking about a lot for a while has been Instagram, which we are all very active on. And there are some amazing things on Instagram. There are some incredible artists, like our dear friend Lindsay, Afros XII, and other amazing folks. But then there are also some little bits of the Instagram world that drive us bananas, and I think we need to get this out. We need to talk about this today. We're not going to name any names because we're not jerks.
No, we're not jerks. And I also like that we can open the door here to other people on Twitter if they would like to share their Instagram fetch lists with us.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm sure there's people that have tons of stuff that the fakeness to it. There's
I'm
people
sure
that
people
are clearly fake.
hate some of my Instagram stuff too, so I accept the hate.
Possible. Possible. That's not possible. Not possible.
I enjoy going back. I enjoy going back through someone's Instagram and watching them progress over time and how they've evolved into what they are now as the most great person on Instagram, and you see how they've really honed it.
Well,
it is, I will say.
That is true. I think you have to assume that anyone who becomes your Instagram friend is going to scroll through all of your Instagram to the beginning.
Oh yeah.
So, Lil, do you want to tee up our chief complaint from today?
Okay. I'll just say that so Shy and I, like a long time ago, Shy introduced me to this one Instagram profile. Again, not going to mention names. It's not necessary to like actually bully people, but
because this is also typical. This isn't one particular person. This could be anyone, but this is one particular person that we realized made us think of this.
It's like semi-famous, not really even really famous, but they are an athlete in some sense, and there's some interesting stuff between them because Shy was like, between us and this person, Shy was like, oh, I think you'll like, the videos and stuff, whatever. It's in the realm of, let's just say martial arts. We'll just put it out there.
I just feel like you're giving too many details to not
way too many details.
Say who it is.
Don't say who it is.
Like you either should have just said nothing or said who it is. Now you've just given so many details. It's annoying to not know who it is. Where if you like, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to understand why I need all this backstory.
So just edit it out. Now I'm getting bullied. I'm just going to bully somebody else.
Well, all I'm say is you guys started it before we started recording this show. You started with me.
All right.
I'm bringing it today.
Lily.
Okay.
Just cut to it. None of this backstory matters at all for the record, Becky.
So
exactly what I'm saying. None of this backstory matters. So just don't give us the backstory.
This is like the first 3 episodes of a Netflix series. Any Netflix series.
Oh my God, just let me talk. So Shy and I start following this person and sharing the post with each other and be like, oh, did you see this new post? And did you see that? And like, wow, this person's amazing and this is so cool. And then individually on our own, we sort of become less and less intrigued by this person. And then I did not realize that Shy was also like getting super annoyed, and there was a lot of like PDA photos and stuff, and I was starting to get annoyed. And then one day Shy just like texted me this like snarky line that like this person had said. Well, it puts like a snarky tone on it, and I was like, oh my God, you're turning too? And I'm like, me? Yeah. He's like, yeah, this is getting like, it's gross and I'm done. And I was like, me too as well. And it's sort of this evolution that we both had. I notice a pattern of when people quote themselves saying quotes that sound super deep, and at first you're like, whoa, this person's amazing. And then after about 3 or 4 or 5 of these posts, you start repeating them back to yourself or say the quote to somebody else. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe someone can get away with this. And I am embarrassed that I thought that was very smart. Shy, roll out. Okay. Bring us one of them.
So Becky, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you 2. And you're going to have to tell me which one is real, and which one is fake, okay?
This is already my favorite game we've ever played.
Okay. So number 1.
Yeah.
She was life itself, wild and free, wonderfully chaotic, a perfect put-together mess. And then there's a key emoji after it. Then, then follow this one. They're in the notes, so you can follow along. It's the first one on the list. All right, then we'll bounce down a little bit lower. Fly like a blade, sharp as your gaze. And then there's a pic of, like, the person doing a jump kick. Which one of those is
well, obviously the second one, because you said it was a martial arts account.
Nope, the first one is real.
What? Should we read it again? It's so bad. That was the one that made me go like, oh, Shy, really? Are we really obsessed with this person following?
She was life itself, wild and free, wonderfully chaotic, a perfect put-together mess. And it's like a picture of herself just looking super pretty. To her credit, super pretty person. And then key emoji.
So that I understand.
And
this person posted a picture of themselves with this quote about themselves.
I think so.
Yes. This is a thing. People put quotes up all the time as if they're like deep quotes by the Dalai Lama per se, like for example, and they're not. They're just like.
So here's another one.
And so what happened was Shy and I started writing these quotes back and forth to each other and just making up all different kinds of deep thoughts.
She's like fire, but you'll never see her flame. And then it has the emojis of eyes, flames, and the Spanish flag next to it. Or the darkest night produces the brightest stars, both with pictures of themselves.
Okay, so the second one, the darkest night produced the brightest
that's
stars.
the real one.
That's the real one. But they're both equally terrible.
Yeah.
Isn't the first one a real one too? It sounds like a real one.
No, it's not. I made that up today. All right. Now, so now here's one of the longer ones, okay? She is a velvet rope that you'll never get behind. She's the whole VIP lounge. And then the emojis are a flame, 3 drops of water, a steak, lips, lipstick, mermaid, and a dancer. Or she is the sun that catches my stars in the rush of the moon. # live your dream, pick of themselves.
Becky,
What?
one of those is actually real.
No.
Is one of those real?
Can be real.
I don't think
Neither
either of those are real. Are either of those real? I think both
Neither
of
of
those might
those
be
can
fake.
be real. The steak emoji is the weird. Is what's throwing me off.
All right.
Anyway,
okay.
so to the Twitter sphere, I want to hear your IG complaints.
Yeah. Don't name
People
anyone
quoting
specific.
themselves. Yeah, we don't want to bully anyone. We don't want name. We don't need names. We just want to know what annoys you, what people do, because Shy and I officially cannot handle when people deep quote themselves.
But to be fair,
Instagram.
we have not unfollowed or ever said anything mean publicly. We still follow and enjoy.
And just text each other privately.
Yeah, exactly. Because we don't want to be mean in public. So, anyways, and if you have your own fake deep quotes, though, we are interested in those.
100%.
But it's not like
If it
one.
was somebody really, really famous, we would absolutely say who it is, because who gives a shit?
Famous people don't have feelings.
No,
That's what
come on.
Lily's getting at.
What I'm getting at is that, like, we are not, the three of us are not the worst trolls a famous person encounters.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now, speaking of famous people, there's a group of famous people that we really love, and that is the stars of the Pitch Perfect movie, the Pitch Perfect series. And it appears that a few of them, led by Rebel Wilson, posted an Instagram picture holding the number 4 in their hands, talking about how much they love hanging with each other. And
Look how excited Becky is. Oh my God, I'm looking at Becky's face right now.
I know. Wait, I gotta take a picture.
Yeah, take a picture of my face. Because I'm
Would you
like, really?
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That's Becky's face.
Did you get my face too?
Yeah. So
Yeah, because that's how I feel about
So
it.
this is big news. I say this also because I happen to have been playing the Pitch Perfect soundtrack for the kids in the car over the last.
For the kids. Oh no,
I love Pitch Perfect 1 and 2 soundtracks. I have a whole playlist of just the songs from that. But as a result of driving around playing with them, it's one of those things where at first they're like, "Daddy, we don't want to hear songs we don't know," and then they realize they know some of the songs, particularly Timber, because that's a big Allie favorite. And
You know it.
We know there's a video
Yeah.
of her dancing to it at my wedding.
Yep.
It's pretty epic.
And
Oh my God, can you please ask Allie if you can turn that into a GIF and put it on the internet?
Okay.
Get on that. Right?
I'll be on that.
Yeah.
In fact, Twitter, if you're listening, please
Demand
it.
She does like a Running Man move to it, where she's like,
It's more like a push-up, man.
It's like a push-up Running Man. She's doing a push-up and a Running Man at once.
Hey.
But then really getting into
she is the party.
into the hop of it.
She is the party. So it then resulted in me because the kids then ask a lot of questions about the different characters, and I essentially recounted them the plots of the first 2 movies in driving around the other day. So as you can tell, I am super excited about any future entrance into the series. How do you feel about a 4th Pitch Perfect movie, Becky?
I feel like once they did number 3, they can make 7 of them and it would be fine.
I feel the opposite.
And I would be happy about it. I'd be more than happy to watch them. I'm just saying, like, once you did number 3, do as many as you please.
I'm
It
sorry.
doesn't matter anymore.
I'm done. I think it's. I don't know. I'm one of those. I am very much of the belief of like once you take it. Like I'm even worried about Toy Story 4. Once you get into 4, when you start counting, I think once you do 4, you can do 10. 3 is still respectable. But once you're getting into the realm,
Not this 3rd one.
oh, you just want them to redeem themselves.
What I'm saying is that they jumped the shark with it. So at this point, make as many as you want, and they'll just be,
So Becky's saying that if the 3rd one had been a perfect ending to the series, you would be a little bit more concerned.
Exactly, but because
Like
the
Toy
first one
Story.
was just like token at that point, I think make as many as you want. We love you. Do it. Whatever makes you happy. Bless your heart.
So I had gone on record saying that I would watch the Pitch Perfect gang ladies, Bart and Bella's, in any scenario because I love the characters so much.
Yeah.
The third one really pushed the boundaries of that.
Right?
Particularly,
Like,
but because of the fact...
I've got my Anna Kendrick singing quota full. I'm done.
So
Anna
because...
Kendrick out.
But it comes back to the staying true to the characters. I think if the characters evolve and you're going to stay true to them, that's fine. But there's this one element of Pitch Perfect 3 which involves the Becca character becoming a solo artist after they spent all of Pitch Perfect 2 making her a behind-the-scenes producer. That didn't feel real. So I want a fourth one to redeem the series. I want a fourth one, but also because I like the third one enough that I would still watch those characters kind of do anything. Like maybe they should open up a restaurant where they sing.
Oh yeah, or maybe they could go perform at Veronica's Speakeasy.
Riverdale. That would be a crossover I'm watching.
That would be a crossover we're all waiting for.
Lanz just fainted when you said that.
Everything goes back to Riverdale with you guys. Jeez.
Everything goes back to Riverdale.
Lily, so what would you do, or Becky, or either one of you, what would you do for a fourth Pitch Perfect movie? I just threw it out there. I'm like, I'd like them to be opening up a restaurant, maybe in Miami.
I see what you mean now.
Like saving
I was thinking, what would you do to not have to watch it? I didn't realize what you had meant.
No,
that said,
what would you do for
right.
that movie?
What would I do?
Hold on. This one, you know what? I actually know what I would do for like part 6 or 7. So this will so like part 6 or 7.
I don't see Pitch Perfect becoming a Fast and the Furious franchise. I don't see it happening.
Actually,
because in number 7, what they do is in number 7 is their college reunion, and they go back and they battle the boys.
That's a great idea. It doesn't have to be number 7. Just flash them into the future.
I just feel like no, like number 4 would be too soon for that. Like they have to do something like open up a music school or go and like perform and like go on tour and do like nightclubs, like something like that, and then like. Movie number 6 or 7 is when they have the college reunion and go back and they have like an acapella of the ages battle, and then like the boys get to come back, and then you get to like bring in some like amazing. Is
Adam Devine in the fourth one?
I don't know, but so that's what I was going to come to. I know the movie is absolutely about girl power, and I love the empowered female characters, but I think one of the things that they did well in the movie is they drew out some really fun male characters that I really missed in the third movie. There was Adam Devine's character, Bumper. I kind of want to know what's going to happen with him and Amy. And you've got Jesse. I can't believe they just kicked Jesse to the curb for that record producer guy, Skylar Axton Lipstein, or whatever his name is. I love that guy. Bring him back.
Who's married to Anna Camp.
Anna Camp, exactly. So where is he?
In real life.
And of course, is it Benji, the name of the Benji and Emily's story?
Well, now he's super famous. He's the most famous of anybody.
Really?
Now.
Wait, why?
Well, he was on that famous. He was in that like super famous Broadway play that won all the Tonys. Is Broadway not included on this podcast in terms of pop culture?
Is it Evil Dead the musical?
I think he was in.
We don't do Broadway shows. Sorry.
No.
What's his name?
I think he was Jersey Boys.
No, Jersey Boys.
Spring Awakening. Spring Awakening.
No.
Okay, we can't just name Broadway shows now.
One of those. Anyways, Adam Devine is definitely the most famous. That's fine.
No, the
Anna
guy that
Kendrick is the one who's the most famous. I'm pretty sure she of that group was nominated for an Oscar.
Boys.
Oh, of the boys.
Of the boys. Yeah, Adam Devine is now the most famous of the boys, but I would say like internationally, I don't know, or artsy wise, the Ben Platt or whatever Platt guy, super famous for playing that on Broadway, the guy that has the cast. Oh, fine. Make me open IMDb.
We have no idea. None of us have any idea what
P.T.
you're talking
Barnum.
about. I'm just naming random Broadway shows where men
The Man
sing.
of La Mancha.
I don't. Oh, Man of La Mancha. Remember when we all saw that together?
Nope, because fucked it out of my mind.
Muttle.
Ben Platt.
Okay, this is a sidebar. I'm not interested in that. I have to do a money heist thing.
Yes, please. Yes, but we have to do a full app with.
I just want to. So, anyways, okay. So the last thing I wanted to ask is, no, I think that's it on Pitch Perfect 4.
Okay, sorry.
Money Heist. All right, we're into what we're watching. What are we watching? You're watching Money Heist? You finally finished it?
So, hold on a sec while I put in my headphones. Am I watching it? No, because I finished it, because I binge watched it like a maniac. I needed to be away from home so I could watch 4 episodes at a time. I have a few things to say. First of all, Inspector Raquel Murillo is the worst cop of all time.
Worst police officer in the history of police.
I think you guys are being too hard on her.
No.
She's going through a difficult divorce. Her dick husband is trying to take away her kid. She was abused. Well, everybody in the precinct is defending him and not her. And I think she's
in the middle of a massive
she's like, you know what, guys?
She goes on a date.
Yeah.
She's like,
F you people.
This is
I need some time for myself.
This is day 3 of the biggest hostage negotiation of my life. I think I'm going to go on a date, right now.
You can have a coffee.
Number 2, the professor looked exactly like a Spanish version of Ike Barinholtz. How do you guys not think that?
Shai had a dinner with people from all over the world recently for work, from multiple countries, and they all love the show, but nobody thought that.
Okay, so when they do the American version, because they eventually will, Ike Barinholtz has to play him because he looks just like him.
Okay,
unacceptable that they make an American version.
Unacceptable.
The American casting for this show.
Number 3.
That's a fun game.
Number 3, Where Is My Sequel? Where I get to follow Nairobi and Helsinki being roommates. Where is my sequel? And I'm not going to even say number 4 because I don't want to ruin it for people who haven't seen it yet.
Well, but I will say this: that Netflix has ordered its own series, a special sequel. Yeah. So, it was made in Spain, and then Netflix was like, "We'll take the sequel, people."
So we'll take yes, good. Oh,
however, I have to say,
you're throwing money at the right problem, Netflix. You are.
I agree. I 100% we don't need another superhero show on Netflix, but we do need more money.
Need this.
I agree, but I'm sort of I don't want it to lose. It's there's so much ridiculousness in it that it's
so good. No, it's going to be even better. It's so good. Okay, are you ready for my last thing? My last thing I want to say about it. Are you ready for my last thing I'm going to say about it? Lily, I bestow upon you I Told You show.
You have to call her a genius.
You are a genius. It is because of your Spanish connection that you brought this to us. I doubted you. I doubted you. I thought Berlin. I literally couldn't watch the show because he drove me so crazy. He was so disgusting and weird. And I have to tell you, I have come around. You get the full I Told You show genius status. Everyone watch this show. So worth the binge.
Oh yeah, this again for me now to watch foreign television
shows. The scene with Tokyo on the motorcycle.
Yeah, I can't even deal. I can't even deal.
Jumping on my couch. We need to do a whole separate episode.
It has every star-crossed lover storyline you could possibly want.
It literally was made in a lab for me.
Yeah.
And inexplicable nudity.
Inexplicable nudity.
And it's
they're just in the last couple episodes. In the last couple episodes, they're just Denver, you're just not going to wear a shirt for the last 2-3 episodes.
Love that guy. I love that guy. All right, so who's your MVP of the series, Becky?
Nairobi.
No,
I don't. Yeah, I guess Nairobi. No, or Denver. I don't know. It's
mine was Nairobi for a while, and then they kind of drop her out of the story a bit, and I came back to Denver.
Yeah, Denver. Denver's my MVP because I feel he evolved the most out of any of the characters. Actually, truthfully, Tokyo evolves quite a bit too, but she's not my MVP.
I do not like Tokyo.
Well, yeah, but Denver. Denver's my MVP.
We really all have to see Elite.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna start it this weekend. I can't
Spanish Riverdale. Oh, good.
Spanish Riverdale. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now,
Riverdale.
Speaking of...
Wait, we have to talk about Riverdale. I just, binge-watched for you. I
know.
I've been away for a week. I got home, woke up this morning, and I was like, sorry, husband, I'm going to have to watch 3 episodes of Riverdale while you drive me up to Lake Tahoe. I will not be talking to you. And then when we get there, I'm going to podcast.
So I want you to just... Let's people understand Riverdale's a thing. And it's time to get on it if you haven't gotten on it. Because however bananas season 1 and 2 are and enjoyable, season 3 is on a level of insane that I cannot handle and I love. I can't stop watching it. So, Becky, tell us where you are in the show right now. Like, where do you come in season 3? What things are going on? Because I'm a few episodes ahead of you.
Right. I'm unfortunately.
And Lily, please react. You can review the episodes as Becky talks.
So here's where I am. Sorry guys, I'm running out of battery, so you can't see me now. Where am I right now? Right now in the show, we're kind of at the kind of like the end of Act 1 of what will happen in the story, as in the big monster or bad guy of the season has been like officially introduced. Maybe not even officially introduced. I'm at the, like, story-wise, everyone is about to start playing Griffin and Gargoyles and Griffins.
Also known as
Griffin
G&G.
G&G. Everyone's about to start playing G&G. Archie is in Prison Fight Club. We know that every single parent of all the characters we follow have some sort of deep, dark secret together. That
unites them.
And that unites them. And Veronica has opened up a speakeasy.
That serves no alcohol. No, but it serves no alcohol. It only serves
no alcohol.
Juice.
It only serves
it's
mocktails.
Prohibition era.
So it's only because she doesn't. She wants to run her business on the legit up and up. But I have to say,
how old is she? I'm sorry. How old is she supposed to be?
So here's a point I want to bring up.
Does she not have money?
Hold on. No, she owns Pops now. It's a whole thing. So listen, at the beginning of the season, it's established that they're starting their sophomore year. Now, if you had told me they were all repeating their senior year, I would believe it, because I don't know when they have time to go to school, let alone do schoolwork. When they're running businesses, they're gang kings, they're solving murders. Like, if you just told me, like, oh, we all failed our senior year because none of us went to high school, I'd been like, fair enough. You can believe that. So that's for me the only plot.
And we were all implicated in multiple murders.
Multiple murders.
So this season of Riverdale, for anyone who is not watching, has a role-playing game craze across the town of Riverdale.
Like a sex role-playing game?
No. It's like Dungeons and Dragons. It's called Griffins and Gargoyles. And it has a mysterious villain called the Gargoyle King. At least one character from the comics has been murdered by the 3rd episode. And another one as well.
Such a murdery town.
It's a very murdery town. Also, you know what I have to tell you? I hope she evolves, because really by season 3, like, when is someone going to murder Ethel Muggs? Like, I'm very over her character. She's so annoying. I'm done with her.
Well, I think there's still more to happen with Ethel Muggs, played by Barb.
I'm saying she should evolve or, like, get out of town. She just, like, devolves into a more irritating character. Although I do appreciate how annoying Betty finds her. She's like, oh, my God. Anyway.
And the Crazy Pants MVP is consistently Madeline Patch as Cheryl Blossom, a character I didn't even pay attention to in the comics.
Cheryl.
Is she even in the comic?
Cheryl Blossom is...
I don't remember that.
She's not a main
I don't remember either. Cheryl Blossom is a vision. She's wonderful, and she entertains at every moment. Every moment she is on screen,
and
she's pure delight.
And Lily, she has a bow and arrow and attacks people with it, like straight up vigilante justice.
I can't with the show.
So, anyways, Riverdale season 3, Becky, episodes 5 and 6 need to be screened in a movie theater where people like Rocky Horror style. Like,
are you
single
hinting
long.
at the fact that it's going to be a musical?
No, neither of those are musicals. But like the episode 5 is the one where I think it's episode 5 where they do a flashback and all of the characters play their parents in the 80s/90s.
Sorry, I forgot I was on mute again.
I read about that.
It was amazing.
I read about that. Actually.
Is that kind of weird?
Nope.
That, like,
super awesome.
That I mean that all these parents like fooled around with each other, and now all their kids are like
it's like very incestuous
relationships. Like a bit creepy.
I feel like if you grew up in a small town, that happened in Montreal. I feel like in Montreal, you like any of the kids whose parents grew up there, like all went to grad together.
Which is prom in Canada.
Prom in Canada. Okay, now related to Riverdale. I believe in the same universe, is a show that Lily and I are
It is in the same universe.
is Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix, which is an excellent show. What's interesting is that it seems to be getting a lot more critical acclaim than Riverdale, even though...
Because it's somehow, guys, it has demons, witchcraft, supernatural events, and yet it's somehow more realistic than Riverdale.
So, Lil, do you want to share anything about Sabrina, or just that you recommend it?
It was going to be my big rec. I 100% recommend it. Last week, I shouted it out to Lanz for recommending it. I did not.
So would you give her an I Told You show? Does she get an I Told You show?
Oh, yeah. Lanz definitely gets an I Told You show, because that was a show that had you told me to watch it, I would have been like, I'm sorry, have we met? I don't watch those kinds of shows. And I give credit to bronchitis, because I was so sick that I was like, I can't watch anything important. And I started watching it, and I was just like, oh my God, there's I'm like, this show has something. I can't really put my finger on it.
So
it's great writing. Miranda Otto is fabulous. And the other, the woman that plays Hilda.
Lucy Davis.
She's fabulous too. I mean, those are great actors on the show. And the girl that plays Sabrina is very not annoying, which is awesome.
So that was my question, is that I'm almost done the first episode, and I'm watching it going, I really like this character. I like her acting, I like her look, I like her style. I was like, wow, I hope she continues to like be so watchable.
She's very watchable. Even when she's a bit annoying, she's super watchable. And the story's going down a shy, you're kind of like in the middle, and then it takes a very clear path. Like, it's clearly they're, working towards, an arc here. And it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot of fun. It's scary, and like if you're shy, it's definitely scary. So I would not watch it.
Watching this before bed, maybe that's why I keep having nightmares.
Maybe. But it's a lot of fun, and I want to say that it's also like a huge serendipity for me. That I found the show by accident, and am enjoying it. I have only 2 episodes left, and that's what I know other people watch and then rewatch when they really love something. I slow down to the point where it could be months before I finish it.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm loving it.
All right. Anybody else?
I have other recs if you want to just...
just keep them coming.
I don't mean to host, but since I have experience. I'm going to say that I watched Crazy Rich Asians and somehow got Casa to watch it. It was like The Meg, this movie, sorry.
He said he was waiting to see The Meg with me.
Well, you've seen it already, so he feels like he can see it, but you have to buy it.
Is anyone going to watch it with me, or am I on my own?
We're definitely buying The Meg. I'm going to watch that movie over and over again.
I would really like to watch The Meg when we're all together.
I'd love that. And so it was between The Meg, this movie Alpha that got really good reviews. It's like about
the first dog.
Yeah, like the prehistoric man who gets saved by a wolf. I was like, it got really good reviews, but those movies where you're like, oh, that wolf dies, and I don't want to see that. So it's like that poor wolf is going to bite it, and I don't want to go through all that. And then it was like Crazy Rich Asians. There's literally nothing available. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. We'll just watch more Walking Dead. And Jose was like, no, fine, we'll watch Crazy Rich Asians. And I was like, no, I'm not going to make you watch that movie. He's like, oh, twist my arm. Let's watch it. And I was like, you just want to see the fancy things in the love story. And there was fancy things in that movie that I had never even heard of. It's such a fancy movie.
Oh, like what? Tell us.
Like, I did not know it was possible, because even I've seen some Kardashians, and they don't have this, to go on a plane. I guess because they have their own plane. That's why. But you could go on a commercial flight and get your own bedroom with a bed that like a double bed to lie down and go to sleep in, and they give you pajamas.
But I think that costs as much as your own plane. Isn't that ticket like $30,000?
I don't know, but I was like, I've never even seen an aircraft that can do that, so that was fascinating. The clothes are really fun, and then the acting's great. The Aquafina's hilarious. She's great in it, and it's just a lot of fun. I didn't read the book, so I can't compare. But it's a silly fun time, and it makes you realize that you thought you might have understood what rich means, but wow. Apparently, that's Singapore seems like it's.
The movie takes place in Singapore, right?
Yeah, which Becky said,
bananas.
Gigantic shopping mall when you were there.
And it's there's this weird thing about Singapore where I think all the stores are more expensive there than anywhere else, but then people go to shop there to say they got it in Singapore, so that people know if you're buying all these designer labels, you're not just buying it, you're buying the most expensive version of it.
Whereas Jews just try to get the cheapest version of a designer label. Yeah. If you got it at an outlet, you're way more respected than if you paid full price.
Wholesale who's going to sell it to us for a deal. Yeah.
I know a guy.
I know a guy.
I just recently pulled that, and I got a mishpacha discount on some work I'm getting done in my house.
That's great.
True. Mm-hmm.
Great. So I recommend that. I also wanted to ask you guys a quick question. I'm sorry, I had it written down so I don't forget. Just before you guys do your recommendations, I don't want to forget to ask. I'm planning to make Rice Krispie squares tomorrow. This is very serious. Nobody here, you can't get Rice Krispie squares. They don't exist. You can't get Rice Krispies. Little fun fact. I didn't know that until I tried to go make Rice Krispies squares.
But you can get chocolate frosted flakes, which are amazing.
Yeah. We have some very interesting cereals.
You can make Rice Krispie squares with any cereal. You could do Cheerio, Fruit
had
Loop,
a box that I had brought home from the United States, so I have it in my house. And my question is, I don't remember really how to make it, and I feel like, Shai, you are a crispy connoisseur. Do you just have any advice for me? Is there anything I need to know?
Was it which?
I did. I went on the internet, but I was like, oh, you know what? Shai knows. Shai really knows how to make this.
Actually, the one time we tried to make it as kids,
we froze them by accident.
We
blew up the microwave.
We microwaved a bunch of marshmallows and Rice Krispies. The marshmallow extended to the ceiling. Then it went back down into the bowl, a Corelle bowl that Mom had. And then we were like, "Oh, these are too mushy. We better freeze them." And so we put them in the fridge. And then they congealed so much that Mom had to throw we were trying to cut them with by banging knives into it.
Oh, I remember that with a pick.
So you're not. I don't know why, but I feel like you really know now.
I like to eat them. I like to eat them.
Oh. What do you guys think of sprinkling chocolate on the top of
That's cool.
That's fine. I mean, listen, the reality is that these days there's no rules when it comes to Rice Krispie squares. People do all sorts of crazy stuff to it. Yeah. I'm a purist, so I don't know that you could get me to eat that, but there's no boundaries when it comes to the Rice Krispie treat. Take it wherever your heart desires.
Mom makes great ones. Katie, our
neighbor,
throw
in some salty pretzels.
Katie Jones makes some amazing ones.
What did you say about salty pretzels? What?
Throw in some salty pretzels. Get a little salty pretzel and Rice Krispie action.
Is that a thing?
No, but that's a great idea, Becky. I respect that.
Just now.
Well done.
That's what I said. Let your creativity flow.
I think I am a little bit of a purist. I think chocolate is a good addition. So you can always go with chocolate. But I would say, think about how you want to use that chocolate. Do you want to put it in the Rice Krispie square and melt it?
No, I was just going to do a design on top.
You're going to do a drizzle, a drizzly design, or are you going to do a ganache situation?
Ganache? What is this California chocolate you have?
Becky's very fancy.
You ready? You're going to do brown butter Rice Krispie squares and name them the
I have a kid who's
Rice Krispie.
Severely allergic to dairy. I'm going to do good old margarine Rice Krispie squares.
Becky's definitely the fanciest.
Here I am making brown butter and pretzel Rice Krispie squares. Guys, I know what I'm bringing to the next party.
Anyways, you guys tell me your Rex.
No, I think our Rex are Riverdale.
Rex, that's Riverdale.
I've already done mine. I'm ready to move to Shoutouts. Are you guys ready for Shoutouts?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. I got some Shoutouts. So speaking of Riverdale, Lanz introduced me to a podcast called Riverdale After Dark, which is hilarious, Becky. Hilarious.
Okay, I'm going to start listening today.
I feel like instead of watching the show, I'll just listen to the podcast.
I think you could do that. It's as good. It's hilarious. Like I was quoting the podcast on Twitter the other day. I want to give a shout out to an artist. He goes by his last name is Falk, Falk, and his artistic handle on Twitter and Etsy and Instagram, or on Instagram and Etsy, is Falk This Nonsense. And
that's a great handle.
Yeah, he's a really talented artist, and I ordered a couple of prints for my fellow Gold Nerds podcast hosts who are huge Halloween fans, and he did a Corpse Bride and a Jack Skellington watercolor, and I sent them to them because they're both huge fans of the holiday season of Halloween. And so, and he was really nice and really fun to communicate with. And so, folks, if you're looking for a cool artistic gift to get someone, check out Falk This Nonsense on Etsy. And I want to just continue my usual shout out to the All-Star Comic-Con guys, because they're doing some really cool stuff online and building the community as we lead up to All-Star Comic-Con, which we will be at on June 7th, 8th, and 9th at Tyson's Corner in Virginia. You can get your tickets now. What about you, Beck? Shout-outs?
Yeah, I was on a shoot the last 5 days, and I want to give a shout out to my crew. Everyone worked really, really hard, and we had a really successful trip. So thank you to my production team, especially to Jeff and Shauna, yeah. So that's my shout out.
How about you, Lo?
I would like to shout out to our cousin Shelly, who texted us that she does a particular dance to the outro music, and then I demanded a video of said dance. She sent it to me with the full knowledge that I would share it on social media, which is very bold.
So is that going to be like our promo video for this?
For this episode. Okay. So anyone who has listened to this episode but have not seen the internet yet today, well, there should be a fabulous video of Shelly air piano dancing her outro music, the outro music to the show, which I just say amazing, and thank you for sharing. So huge shout out to her for that.
Cool. All right. And Lily, where can people find you?
Chi K Gomez, which I basically Chi K Gomez, what is it?
It's at Chi K Gomez.
Chi K Gomez on Twitter.
Gomez. I was going to say at twitter.com, but that doesn't make sense.
It's not
guys.
your email address, Lily. You don't work there. People, you don't work there.
I don't work there, no. So yeah, Chi K Gomez. But basically, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you're just from now on just going to be reading my conversations with Lanz. Like that's all I want to do on Twitter is talk to her. So and learn about the youth of today, who say things like weird flex. Okay, does the okay have to go with the weird flex?
Yeah, it's like the line is no.
Or I have to say
like
okay.
The line is like weird flex, but okay.
Oh,
that's like the burn.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah, weird flex, but okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's more what it is.
And Becky, where can we follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter at PaperBKPrincess. I'm not trying to show off, Lily. I just know how to, say my handle.
And you can follow me at Pancake for Table on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow all of the Friday Night Movie shenanigans at FridayNightMoviePod.com, including our glossary. So things like I Told You shows and other things we reference, they're all written and described online, so you can follow along and play at home. And like I mentioned, we'll be at All-Star Comic-Con later next year. And we've got the wonderful music of What Does It Eat that will kick in right now, and we will dance in our chairs.
But before we leave, I just wanted to ask you, Shy, how are you? Because you're in your new house.
I am in the new Pancake HQ.
If you will.
HQ. There's still more work to be done to get it to the flagship store. There's still more work to be done, but it is a thrilling experience to be back here, and now I can spread out again and not be podcasting from bathrooms. So I'm thrilled about that.
Exactly.
So with that, we dance. Have a great week, guys. Love you.
Love you. Have a great week. Shy's like, can we start?
Yeah. Here we are.
I don't know, can we?
1, 2, 3.